Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 161. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music. So make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. Topic of the week. Happy birthday, Dad. My dad would have been 60 today. We used to joke about him getting a shitload of discounts all the time, back in the day. And, my dad passed away back in June of 2018. And I remember telling everybody just how seemingly unfair it is. But at the same time, life gives you these hurdles and you just kind of learn from these moments. These are the unwritten, unspeakable, kind of unplanned instances that, changes a person. It really did for me. I mean, I remember the day he passed away. It was kind of weird. Because I remember just a day ago or so before that, I was talking to him about the World Cup. That was our last conversation. We were talking about the World Cup and how South Korea is probably going to underperform as usual, and kind of chuckling about it, but at the same time, kind of sad about it too. Just because, I mean, if you're a sports ball fan, you know damn well that fucking pessimism that just clouds over you when your team isn't all that good and they're in a precarious situation where, yeah, if they win, they may advance, but God, the chances weren't good. And eventually they shit it out and, beat Germany, but like a meaningless fucking win over Germany. But I remember the little conversation that I've had with my dad. I also remember the little, you know, arguments. And I don't even want to say little. I mean, some of them got immense, heated, and yeah, a lot of anger, a lot of animosity between me and my dad. Just at times because of, I'd say, philosophical differences at times, but because we kind of operated on a very similar style. I'm kind of a procrastinating perfectionist. If that makes any fucking sense, make of it what you will. But I procrastinate a lot, as you can clearly tell by this podcast at episode number 161, which
By all estimates and calculation, if I did it for consistently, it should be about 200 plus.
but here we are, sitting here at a relatively low number because I don't blame my dad. I don't. You cultivate the personality and the genetics and whatever fucking scientific bullshit word you want to fucking throw in there. Um, all that included, but you live your life, you live your experience, you make shit your own. You can't blame it entirely on your parents. You can't. You can't. You could, but that's not really solving the problem of life in general. Which, funny enough, it's been a year and a half at about this point. It's going to be 2 years in about 4 months now. So it's just crazy to me that a lot of the questions that I thought I'd have, like for my dad, I mean, some of them comes up that I don't have answers to. And in a way, I kind of find it intriguing that it's a solo journey for me from that perspective to figure out. And that's where the kind of unfair sentiments come back in. I say, fuck, that's unfair. Like, I wish I could ask, wish I could get like a straight answer, even though, we had schisms and issues and friction at time, but I would love to get some perspective on certain things. But, Unfortunately, when someone's gone, that's what you miss. That's what you don't have anymore. And that's really where, with loss, people have that sadness just hover over them because of that presence that was there that is no longer there. And it's crazy because, yeah, I mean, I say this to everybody that I know and that knows my dad. He and I would fight all the time. I would there are fucking like crazy instances where I would just explode and he would explode and it would just be a fucking mess. But at the end of the day, it just gives me more insight as to who he was as a person, and it's kind of helping me figure out myself in a way. And self-reflection is a bitch because, my God, if I thought I was ugly in the fucking mirror, holy shit, your insides are even worse. And I don't think I'm the shit. I don't. I don't fucking go around tooting my own goddamn horns, but I know when I look at myself in the mirror, literally and figuratively, on psychologically and emotionally, all that implied bullshit there. I know the ugliness on the inside and outside. I notice all that shit, and you try to remedy certain things by saying phrases like, "I'm gonna do the opposite of my dad," because that certain things that I do in my life, like certain things like going to the gym, or going fucking like vegan, like, I don't know, once or twice a fucking week, is because of my dad's deteriorating health, just scaring the shit out of me, in the last few years of his life, where it just seeped into my brain like, dude, you can't be like your dad. You don't be like dad. Don't be like dad. Like, don't be like him. And in a way, there are times where like that shit kind of triggers me for myself. It triggers me, and it gets me going. Sometimes in a positive way, sometimes in a negative way. And what I've also learned is that kind of self-destruct button in your fucking brain. I kind of activate that sometimes. I do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. Everything just implode, just go haywire. It's like that fucking SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob forgets his name because he has to erase his entire brain to understand what waitering and being a maitre d' is all about. That's what happens to my brain sometimes. And I again, I can't solely blame it on my dad. I can't. That's called being an asshole. Okay? If you don't take fucking responsibility for your own goddamn problems, it's called being an asshole. It really is. Just like those fucking 49ers fans right now who just lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. Congratulations to the Chiefs. And can't take any goddamn responsibility. It's one of those things where once you realize you're doing something that you say you shouldn't be doing, aka once you realize your own hypocrisy behind something, it kind of shakes you up a little bit. Yeah? For me at least. I get all fucking, in my own head, like, oh my God, fuck, that's crazy. My brain's going crazy. Yeah, it does. It does that. But I think through my dad's passing, I've learned to be more self-reflective, to be a little bit more patient, to be a little bit more stoic at times when it's hard to be stoic, when emotions can get the best of you. But I can admit at times too where his traits kind of glom onto me. I get fucking aggressive as shit. Like, I lose my fucking cool. I have a temper issue at times, but it's one of those things that you just have to, I don't know, slowly figure out. And certain people, of course, get, therapy. And sadomasochists like me use audio platform, audio visual platform to fucking emphasize this bullshit. Yep, that's what it's all about. Yep. Jesus. and using a lot of dark humor to subvert, dealing with actual emotions. That's the key. That's the key here, boys and girls. Here to teach you, but I have to charge. Just like Khalees milkshake. Well, ultimately, boys and girls, I don't want to keep you around too long on this episode. Happy birthday, Dad. I miss you. And next week, I will be in Los Angeles on Monday, boys and girls, for the Lakers game against the Phoenix Suns. I will get an episode done out in Los Angeles on Tuesday morning. Be on the lookout for that. Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. Going to have an episode up and ready at the Sky Lounge, episode number 162. But I can't wait to go to Los Angeles. Going to go to Staples Center. Going to, pay my fucking tribute to Kobe, Gianna, the Altobelli, Mouser, Chester, Zabayan family. I just want to go there, pay my homage, and watch a great game of basketball for a relatively decent price. So I'm not fucking complaining. Yeah, it's the Phoenix Suns, but you know what? They've been decent. They've been decent. And you know what? We're gonna be back next week, full episode. I'm gonna watch movies. I'm gonna write shit. I'm gonna listen to a fucking album, and we're gonna be back. Okay, we're gonna be back, rebooted, recharged, and only the second fucking episode in the new year? Jesus. You're already on a great roll with your fucking resolution bullshit, you idiot. Yep. Consistent episodes. Nope. This is why new year, new me. Nope. None of that shit works. We're already in February, okay? That shit's done. Shit's done. All you motherfuckers who said that shit, that's done. Just keep it rolling. Start. If you haven't started, just fucking start it. Don't say shit. Just fucking do it. Nike, just do it. With fucking coronavirus-ridden Chinese sweatshop factory children. Okay, boys and girls, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you're subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for a new episode every Tuesday. And make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the Sky Lounge. Stalk me at the stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hurry my words and then try to read sometimes and then brain mouth mush. But stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5UNG. Now, fuck off.